Hey guys, Catherine here, back again to show you another page of the Traveler's Notebook wallet insert that I'm making. And I have already got all of the pieces cut again like I did last time. And I am going to show you today how to make a checkbook insert. What I would like to do for that is show you the pieces that I've got cut so far. I've got the background that I showed you last time because this is going to be what everything is building onto. I have got strips put together very similar to the ones that I had last time, but these ones have the edges docked at 45-degree angles. I guessed the angle on these. I'm not being accurate. I haven't measured them, but I can usually get pretty close to a 45 degree, so I'm not too worried about it. And then this one is the same length as the previous ones, the 8.5. These ones are 5.5 inches, and they are the exact same thing. A piece that is 1 inch wide with a score down the middle at 1/2 inch, and the corners docked at about 45 degrees. Now I have another piece here, and this is going to make up the bottom part of my checkbook insert, and this is 8 inches by 3 inches. That should give me enough depth that I can slide the checkbook into it, but not so much depth that it is unwieldy and unable to work well. And then I have a final piece that is 7 inches, and I have this one at 3 inches to here, and then I have a score at a 1/8 of an inch all the way over to here for about 3/4 of an inch worth of scoring. If you want to count that out, you can. I'm not being exact about it. That's just what will give it the flexibility so that it can adjust to set inside of the checkbook so that the register paper doesn't go all the way through the rest of your stack of checks. All right. When it's done, it should end up looking something like this. Again, I am not cutting the round pieces out. They wear so quickly and they aren't really necessary, and I've decided to forego them with this wallet. I am also doing this page so that it's the same facing page as the previous one that we did with the cards. So these were facing up, and now this is facing up. All right, and we are ready to roll. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this down, and I'm going to take and flip it over and just run a bead of glue along 3 sides, just very lightly. Go. Making sure to leave one of the long sides unglued, because that's what's going to create the pocket for the checkbook to hold into. Then I am going to take and flip this over and set it equal distance from the top and the bottom and the side. And I haven't measured this or marked it as I am just guessing. And I'm going to smooth that down. And you notice I've got a blue border all the way around, which is less than 1/2 inch. That less than 1/2 inch is important because when you put this over it, I want it to cover it. And then I'm going to grab my handy dandy iron just so it stays where I put it while I'm working on the rest of the project. Mostly I do this because I am impatient. It's probably not a good idea. I've never had any problems with it, but if you don't feel good about it, glue everything down individually and then press it between a couple books until it dries. That is just fine. I just am not going to wait that long. There we go. That's okay. And then what I am going to do is line this up so that it is more or less an equal distance from the top and the bottom edge of this lines up to the bottom edge of the backing, and I'm going to flip it over and put a bead of glue right on the first score mark. Go, and then line it back up with that, and close enough to equal distance from the top and the bottom, and press it real well with a little bit of warmth to make sure it stays where you put it. There we go. And all of our pieces are in place. So the next thing that we're going to do is do our borders and edges to finish it up to make it neat looking. And these borders are tucked because we are doing a top and bottom border on this one as well, which we did not do on the card one because it would interfere with the pattern of the paper. And just take and line it up with the edges just so that the fold is just over, and iron that down as well. Go. There we are, and then a very similar thing with the top and bottom ones. Go. That actually needs to be at a slightly harsher angle. Go. And this is why I'm guessing, because I can cut it to a slightly harsher angle and it won't affect it. I just want it to line up right there. See, I want to have a neat corner right there where it meets, which is perfect. So we'll take and put glue, and flip this over and line it up. And press it. Go. So that it stays. And then the last one goes to the bottom. Oop. Sometimes a little bit of glue seeps out and it sticks down a little bit, but if you just pull it up, it shouldn't have any too bad of effect on it because it is still wet. It's not completely finished drying yet. There we go, and that corner lines up exactly the way that I want it to. And then flip it over and put glue on. And then flip it back. There we go. Press it down firmly and make sure that the score is lined up with the outer edge, and then use the iron to set it. And there we go. That is it. So I'm going to crease these just a little bit. And those will work themselves out as as I use it too. But there we have it, the wallet insert for the traveler's notebook. I will be right back next time to show you how I do the paper money slot. That's going to be on the inside right over here, so I will be right back next episode to show you that. It's going to be really simple.